Hello class, welcome to our next lecture. That is our module 5. Module 5 is a module where we are going to discuss on spoken English. As I explained to you in the previous module, that we have four English language skills. We have writing, reading, listening, and then speaking. So in this module, we are going to look at the spoken aspect of English language. This module focuses on providing practical explanation and drills that may enhance the student's ability to acquire and develop effective speaking skills in the English language. Issues related to the English sounds, syllable structures, stress, and intonation are therefore among what the module intends to discuss. That is, in this module, we are going to look at sounds, that is English sounds, syllable structures, stress, and intonation. English sounds. In English, there are the English sounds made up of two different sounds, that is consonants and vowels. That is, the sounds are either consonant or vowel sounds. And the vowel sounds can be understood as either monophthong or diphthongs. That is, the vowel sounds are also divided into two. There are monophthongs and then there are diphthongs. The monophthongs are sounds that have only one sound from the word mono, which means one. And the diphthongs are sounds there are sounds, that is two sounds, but pronounced as one. In English spelling, it's not necessarily related to the way the words are pronounced. That is, in English, the spelling and the pronunciation are not always the same. That is, in some instances, the way the word is spelled is not the way it is pronounced. For example, when we take example of the word sugar, sugar is pronounced as S-U-G-R-A, but the pronunciation is sugar, even though there is no sha there, but the sound is sugar. Also, when we take a look at example of the word knife, knife is written as or is spelled as K-N-I-F-E, but it is pronounced as knife. The K, that is the K sound, is silent. This is telling us that in English language, some words are not pronounced the way they are spelled. In English language, we have 26 letters. Spelling concerns 26 letters of the English alphabets. That is, in English language, we have 26 letters, that is 26 alphabets. That is A, B, C to Z. While pronunciation involves 44 sounds. In English language, we have 26 alphabets, that is letters, and 44 sounds. And these 44 sounds are divided into two: consonants and vowels. The consonants are 24 and the vowels are 20. That makes 24 sounds in English language. Also, the consonant sounds are divided into two. There are voiced and voiceless sounds. There are 15 voice sounds and 9 voiceless sounds. Voice sounds are sounds that in the process of pronouncing this word or sounds, we feel vibration, while in the voiceless sounds there is no vibration. Under the vowels, the 20 vowels, they are divided into two. we have 12 monophthongs and 8 diphthongs. Also, the 12 monophthongs are divided into two. There is long and short monophthong or short vowels. The long are called long because in the process of pronouncing them, they are longer than the sounds of the short vowels. For example, seed, S-E-A-T, has long vowel, long E there, while in the word sit, the vowel there is short. You can see that in seed we have long vowel, right? In sit we have a short vowel. For example, sit on your seat. Okay, these are the examples of the sounds we have in English. That is the 44 sounds we have, and if you count them, you can find that they are 44. Under the consonant sounds, we have voiced sounds, and then the voiceless sounds. That is, we have 19 voice sounds, and then 15 voice sounds and 9 voiceless sounds. For example, in the voice sound like b, d, g, v, you can feel vibration as you are pronouncing them. While in the voiceless sounds we have p, t, k, f, s, sh, ch, h. You can see there is no vibration. That is why they are called voiceless. Under the vowel sounds, as I explained in the previous slides, that we have monophthongs and diphthongs. Also here you can see that we have 12 monophthongs and then 8 diphthongs. So in the 12 monophthongs we have long and short vowels. The long are 5 and the short ones are 7. So in the examples of vowels, in the long vowels, you can see that attached to each vowel there is a column. That column is showing, or it is telling us that that sound is long. While when we go to the short vowels, you can see that there is no any column attached to them. So the column, it is a signal that is telling us that the sound is long. For example, seed, as the example I give, while in the short, the E is short, sit. In the diphthongs, we have 8 diphthongs. Diphthongs are sounds that have 2 vowels but pronounced as one. In this we can see that we have E and A sound combined together to give ear sound. Ear sound, as in here, here. So these are the sounds we have in English language. Minimal pairs. Here we're going to explain what minimal pairs is. Minimal pairs refers to a situation when 2 words are identical in form except for a contrast in one sound occurring in the same position. That is, in a situation whereby the words and those words have the same form, but with only one sound that differentiate one word with another word, and the sounds in the same position is what is called minimal pairs. For example, in the example given here, on the left side, you can see there is pet, while at the right side is bet. That is P-A-T and B-A-T. You can see that they have the same form, but the only difference is the consonant sounds used there at the beginning of the words, that is p and b. Also, in the second example, in fan and van, you can see that they have the same form, but with the only difference is that fan, there is f sound, while in van there is v sound. While in the next example, we have bet and bet. Bet is B-E-T, while bet is B-E-T. That is, there is a difference of vowels used in the two words. In bet, the E sound is used, that is which is a vowel sound, while in bet is a sound is used there, which is also a vowel, and also in the same position. In the last example on the slide, in cat and cat. Cat is C-A-T, while cat is C-U-T. So we can see that in cat and cat they have the same form but different vowels used. In this slide, we are going to look at what is called vowel mutation. This refers to a situation whereby a vowel sound is realized in one form of an English word but different in another form of word. For example, if you look at the examples given in this slide, we can see that divide, and division. We can see that the same E sound in divide is the same one in division, that is, there is VI, but in the process of pronunciation, in divide the sound there is diphthong, while in division the sound there is a monophthong. So this is what is called vowel mutation. That is a situation whereby vowel sound is realized in a form of one form in one word and another form in another word. Also in another example here, decide and decision. So here you can see that in decide is CI, also the same thing CI, but they are pronounced differently because they are in different forms. In this slide, we are going to look at syllable structure and consonant clusters. What is a syllable structure? A syllable is a word or part of a word which contains a consonant and a vowel, often represented as CV. That is, the C stands for consonant and the V stands for a vowel. For instance, in the word go, we can see that we have a consonant and a vowel there. The G, that is G sound, is a consonant and the O sound is a vowel. That makes a syllable. We have a consonant and a vowel also in the word liver. We can see that here we have two syllables. We have li and then ver. On a general note, a syllable must contain a vowel sound. That is, for a syllable to be a syllable, it must have a consonant and a vowel sound. That is, consonant alone cannot produce a syllable. This means that a vowel sound can constitute a syllable in a word, but a vowel sound can serve as a syllable in a word. For example, in this word, away, the A there in the word away, the A is a syllable and way is a syllable. There we see we have vowel consonant structure there. That is, there are two syllables there, way. That is why I say a vowel can serve as a syllable, but consonant cannot serve as a syllable. A consonant must be attached with a vowel before it becomes a syllable. These are the examples of our different syllables we have. That is, we have 1-syllable words, 2-syllable words, 3-syllable words, up to 8-syllable words. For example, in 1-syllable words we have word like calm. Calm, we can see that we pronounce it once. Calm. I didn't pronounce it differently, that no, it is just calm. That is why it's 1 syllable. Go, no, and so on. In 2-syllable words we have words like teacher. Here we have 2 syllables, that is, we have T and then cher, ma, care, and so on. Also in 3-syllable words we have photograph. If you count, you can see there are 3. Photograph, and then chancellor, and the remaining examples. The same thing with the 4-syllable words. Here we have development. If you count, there are 4. Comparable, also 4. The same thing with 5-syllable words. If we count, you can see we have 5. Selectivity, extravagance. In 6-syllable words we have word like extraordinary. If you count, there are 6 with the remaining examples. Also in 7-syllable words we have intelligibility. There are 7 if you count them the way I pronounce them. And also in the 8-syllable words we have word like irreconcilability. So this is how syllables are and their examples. This brings us to the slide where we're going to discuss about consonant cluster. A consonant cluster refers to a situation whereby a word or a syllable in a word contains 2 or more consonants without an intervening vowel. What this is trying to say is that a consonant cluster, it is a situation whereby 2 consonants or more than 2 consonant sounds appear in the same place without the insertion of vowel sounds or vowel sound between the consonant sounds. For example, if you look at the example given here, free, we can see that there is F and R, which are all consonants, come together without insertion of any vowel between them. In the next slide, we are going to see more examples of consonant cluster. Here we have examples of 2 consonant clusters, 3 consonant clusters, and 4 consonant clusters. In 2 consonant clusters, we have words like travel, dress, pleasure, bride. We can see that in travel we have T and R, which are all consonants, come together without any vowel between them. Also in dress and then in pleasure, we can see that there is 2 consonants, sounds without insertion of vowel between them. Under the example of 3 consonant clusters, we can see that there are 3 consonants in the same place without any vowel before or in between them. Like in spring, we have S, P, R. There are 3 in numbers, that there are 3 consonants there without insertion of vowel between them. That is, they are pronounced at the same time. Also splash, scribe, helps, corrupts, and so on. Also, in the 4 consonant clusters, you can see that 4 consonants come together in one place without insertion of vowel sound. This brings us to a slide where we're going to look at stress and intonation. Stress refers to the prominence given to a syllable. Already we know what a syllable is. So in a situation whereby a force is given to a particular syllable, then it is called stress. That force is what is called stress. In many languages like English, certain syllables in a word are louder, slightly higher in pitch, and somewhat longer in duration than others in the word. These type of syllables are referred to as stressed syllable. That is, any syllable which has or which is pronounced louder than the remaining syllables is what is called stressed syllable. That is what is called stress. Stress plays a very important role in English pronunciation. Inability to stress the right syllable in a word often distorts the form of the word as well as its meaning. That is, stress is very important, and it has a very important role in English pronunciation. That is, in English, when you are pronouncing a word, it is very good to put the stress on the right syllable. Failure to do so or inability to stress the right syllable in a word may give another meaning. That is, it will affect the meaning of that particular word. Since stress is concerned with the prominence given to a syllable, in English only one syllable is usually stressed in a word. Because of the importance of syllable in English language, even if a word has 10 syllables, it is only one word that is stressed. We should take note of that. So in our next slide, we are going to see examples of how stress is used. However, it should be noted that form words such as determiners, pronouns, preposition, and auxiliaries are not stressed. Ordinarily, we are not stressing them in English except for a special emphasis. In word of one syllable, the stress falls on the one syllable, as we can see in the examples like short, tall, broom. Since they are all one syllable words, so the stress is just used on them. In words of 2 syllables, there are 2 ways. Some of these words take the stress on the first syllable, whereas the others on the second syllable. That is in a situation whereby a word has 2 syllables, so it's either the syllable to fall on a first syllable, the stress to fall on a first syllable, or on the second syllable. Here we can see we have 2 columns. That is, in column 1 we have stressed first syllable, while in column 2 are words with stress on the second syllable. Number 1, fa-ma. Fa-ma. You can see that the force is on the first syllable, that is fa-ma. In example number 2, teacher. Teacher. That is, you can see the T there is louder than the ch. That is where the force is on the first syllable. And on number 3, we have the word ma-dem. Ma-dem. The stress on the ma, that is the force is on the first level. Even though in Nigerian English we are saying madam. No, it is not like that. It should be pronounced as ma-dem. That is why in my explanation I said when you put stress or a stress is given to a wrong syllable, it may give different meaning, even though I'm going to explain further in the next syllable. In the second column here, we have where the stress is on the second syllable. For example, inform. Inform. You can see the force is on the second syllable. That is how it should be pronounced. Concern. Concern. Zoom. Zoom. Moreover, there are some English words that are stressed on the first syllable when used as nouns and on the second when used as verbs. That is, in English language, there are words that have the same spelling, but the stress changes the class of the words, and also it affects the meaning. Let's go to the next level and see what I'm trying to explain. In this syllable, we have two columns. We have noun in one column and verb in another column. So when you look at the noun and the verb, you can see they have the same spelling. But when the word a stress is placed on the first syllable, it is a noun, and when it is placed on the second syllable, it will change to a verb. For example, contract, 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 contract. Insult, 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 insult. The something with record, record, and record, record. You can see that. Let's say if you're going to put them in the sentence, you're going to say, I record what is in the record. So what of three syllables may be stressed on the first, second, or third depending on the particular word? That is, in a situation where there are words with three syllables, the syllables might either place on the first, second, or on the third syllable. As we can see example here, where first is written, it is telling us that the stress is on the first syllable, where second is written that the stress is on the second syllable, and where third is written that the stress is on the third syllable. Let me read them. Telephone, telephone, the stress is on the t, that is at the first syllable. Imperial, imperial, that the stress is on the second syllable. And guarantee, guarantee, the force or the stress is on the third syllable. There. Words of four syllables also fall into four categories. There are some words that attract stress on the first syllable, while others on the second, third, or fourth, as the case may be. This example and explanation is similar to the one on the previous slide. That is in four syllables word, the stress can either be on the first or second, third, or fourth. The something with word with five syllables words. Intonation pattern. Unlike stress, which most of the time operates at word level, intonation operates at sentence level. In this case, we can see that in stress, the stress is placed on a word. That is, either the word has 1, 2, 3, or more than one syllable. But in intonation pattern, the tone is operates at sentence level. That is, the sentence will either be falling tone, rising tone, or the combination of falling and rising tone. And there are instances where tone is determined. In general, falling tone is used in simple declaration sentences, that is statements, commands, and WH questions, whereas the rising tone is used in polite request, yes or no question, and listing of items. The fall rise tone, that is where the combination of falling and rising tone is used in long questions and long sentences, while exclamatory sentences require that the whole sentence remains high. In our next slide, we are going to see examples of each item. Examples of falling tone in simple declaration, sentence, or statement. For example, Rahma is a good girl. I am going to school. You can see that the tone is falling. In command, for example, come here. Wait a minute. Also, the tone is falling. In the WH question, that is where we use when, where, or who, the tone is also falling. For example, when do you pray? Where is your friend? Who instructed you? That is, where is your friend? You can see the tone is falling. A rising tone, as I explained, we can find them in polite requests. You can see that in these examples, the tone is rising. For example, bring the bag, please. Can you type little faster, please? Can I come with you? So the tone is rising. Also in yes or no question. Did you tell him? Is it important? Also the tone is rising. While itemizing some items, she bought a pair of shoes, a bag, and a veil. You can see that the tone is rising. In fall and rising tone, you can see it is in one sentence, but you can see the first part is falling and the second part of the sentence is rising. For example, when you are ready, I'll bring the question paper. If it is time, let me know. Also in question tag, that is in a question whereby it is tagged, then there is also a falling and rising tone there. For example, use of English lecture is interesting, isn't it? Learning is a process, isn't it? You can see that there is a falling and rising tone there. While in exclamatory statement or sentence, it is all high. He is the Vice Chancellor. There is no falling or rising. They are withdrawn. You have succeeded. This is the end of this lecture. That is module 5, spoken English. Thanks for listening.